right, man. Listen, Michael B. Jordan, Lori Harvey, Lori Harvey. Keep that in there too. I want the people to know I'm human. So listen, bro. I know you heard about the situation. Let me give a quick, brief story. I don't know every detail. I'm not gonna sit here and lie, but there is a teachable message or a teachable lesson in this situation. And we're only gonna speak on what we know, right? So if there's more information out there, we apologize for the ignorance. But as I understand it at this moment, right? My man Michael B. He was in it for the long haul, and now I did read this on one what is it called? Blog type, whatever. Saying that he was trying to marry her or whatever. And I guess she politely declined. My man was in it for the long haul, and she said that she wasn't really on that. She just wanted to continue dating. And basically on a I guess a non-serious with serious acts, I guess, inside of the relationship, tight relationship. You know what I mean? Goofy. So what do you think about what happened in that situation? And what advice would you give someone who is in Michael B's situation? And also, what advice would you give someone who may be in Lori Harvey's situation? Okay. You probably ain't gonna remember all that, but I'll ask you later on.
No, I got you. And we're going off of pure speculation of what happened. No party has came through and said clearly what was the situation, but going off of that story, that was the case. I mean, I applaud him for being honest with her, with his feelings. Like, hey, I see a potential in what we got being forever. You know what I'm saying? So hey, look, I'm trying to do what I need to do to make sure we keep this thing going and growing and flourishing. But I guess she's just in a different mindset right now. There is a age gap in between. Not to say that's the total reason why the relationship failed, but I'm pretty sure it played a factor. They probably in two different stages of their lives. Like with her being 25, she's still learning and exploring herself, and what exactly she wants to do with the rest of her life. And he's 10 years ahead, and not to say that he's old by any means, but he probably has a somewhat clear picture of how he sees his life going from now to the end. And I'm guessing those views didn't match, man. So but for her, man, and any other woman or man in this situation, like I would say, I would suggest not letting the relationship even get so deep to where one party or the other feels like they're ready for that step, and you still kind of learning yourself and learning what you want to do, or are you not sure if this person is who you want to be with for the rest of your life? Like, you had to been doing something for him to feel like, okay, this is the girl I want to be with. I want to
something misleading
live the rest of my there had to be some misleading information there in between. So I would say, man, like, of course, be straight up from the jump. Like, hey, I like you. You cool. Let's see where this goes. But let's not take this relationship to this next step, because I don't know for certain if. Oh, I don't know for certain at all, what I want in the coming year or two. You know what I'm saying? So, let's just be friends. And I know that sounds cliche, but man, you'll save yourself so much heartache if you started out from that point and stick to that. You know what I'm saying? And just let the relationship progress from just a friendship standpoint, and just be clear with each other throughout the whole time, because they may have had like a conversation, based off what I'm saying, but they may not have continually updated that conversation. Like, hey, okay, we're at this point. So now, I'm not trying to put anything, no pressure on your neck, but hey, do you kind of see this thing going to this direction? If not, let me know. Then I know to keep my feelings or keep,
But doesn't that naturally create pressure though? Doesn't that I'm just playing devil's advocate, all right? But like, doesn't that naturally create pressure? Like, me saying, okay, especially if you were like in the beginning, well, there's, it's on the table. I'm not sure, whether I want to go, long term with anybody right now or not, but it's on the table. There's a possibility, right? And let's say 6 months down the line, you revisit that conversation, right? And now I feel like that person who was unsure in the beginning may feel pressured to give you an answer, right? And oftentimes what happens is if they really like you, but they ain't like all the way there with you yet, they'll give you an answer and they'll base that answer. They'll base that answer in a way that's not going to hurt your feelings because they like you and they think, they know their intentions isn't long term, but they don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't want to completely shut the door on you because you might be it, even though they have something inside them that tells them this ain't it. You know what I mean? So I think the preservation of feelings in relationships is extremely detrimental to those relationships, man. And transparency, man. Transparency has been at an all-time low, in recent years, man, in recent times. Transparency and honesty, right? So, because there's a difference. You can be transparent with the wrong stuff.
Well, real quick, let me
truly
get to the point.
And honest.
Let me get to the point that you were, where you playing devil's advocate as far as it. If he, were to check in periodically throughout the relationship, like, hey, okay, we're at this point, no pressure, but how do you feel about our future now?
Yeah.
And it may create pressure on the other party's end, but whether it creates pressure or not, you have to be honest. But then also the person that's asking the question, they have to have like a standard for themselves. Like, hey, I feel this way about you. You may not feel the same. So after this period of time, like, if you don't feel the same, then it may be best for us to like split ways and just be friends, and the other person has to be prepared for that answer, whether it's something that you want to hear or not. But it's just up to both parties to be honest, the whole time. You get what I'm saying? But and then like the person that's looking to go further into the relationship, like, you have to be prepared for that answer, and if it's something that you don't see align with your future, you have to be okay with parting ways. Like, hey, and it's I'm not gonna say it's gonna be easy because you invested this time already into this person. You thinking it's gonna go this way, but it doesn't. It's not gonna be easy, but you kind of have to be like emotionally prepared before you even enter into something that you think will, could potentially be long term or forever. So it's like that just goes into the bigger issue of people not, and that's myself included in the past, like not really investing in yourself first, learning yourself first, growing first before you commit into a relationship with somebody else, and then you expect them to be on the same level as you or bringing in aspects that you think that you need. You have to come into a relationship whole, man. You can't come into it needing something from someone else. Of course, there's things that people can bring to the table that will, multiply what you already have going on, but you can't come into it like as a half and expect
can't be a three-legged stool, man.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Can't be a three-legged stool, man. Coming into a relationship looking for that stability. You have to, be whole. And to end this, man, like, I'm gonna just say this. And this brings me comfort in my life. What's meant for you will be for you. What's not won't. Right? Be transparent. Be honest with your partner, and ensure that your intentions are pure. That way, no one's being misled. And I understand. Listen, intentions and plans change along the way. at that moment of change, continue to be transparent, honest. Let that person know, hey, listen, I know you want X, Y, and Z. I'm not there. We still good people. Let's go ahead and split ways. This ain't working out for me. You save a whole lot of heartache. You save a whole lot of pain. And most importantly, you save the most valuable asset we have, right? Which is time, right? You save time, your time and that other person's time. So what's for you will be for you. What's not won't. Be transparent and honest with your partner and let things play itself out.